What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a very special video for you today. Next to me here, I have the all-new 2026 Tesla Model Y. I think it's 2026. I don't think they're 2025s. 2026, whatever, the updated, refreshed Model Y. And of course, I'm videoing it on the windiest day of all time, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But we're gonna take a quick walk around the whole exterior. I'm sure you guys have seen 100 videos on this thing by now if you're interested in it, but this is my first time seeing it in person and my first time driving it. So we'll do a quick walk around, talk about the new features, and then we'll hop inside and take it for a quick test drive. This is, of course, a demo unit that I am test driving here, but I had to get my hands on one the very first day that it was available at my local Tesla service center. So let's start up front. Obviously, this is the most significant redesign here, the front and the back, but you'll see that we've got this new kind of low profile light bar that's running across the front. Now, these are just running lights here and turn signals. Down below is where your actual headlights are, and I'm gonna turn them on real quick so you can see. So there's your actual headlights down below. Then you can see the refresh rate of this camera is not letting it stay solid, but this is one solid light bar that runs across the front. So you can see the turn signal is right here. So light bar, LED, running light, light bar, turn signal there, and they're actually in these really little slim sections here up top, and then your main beams and high beams are down below. Of course, you're gonna have a decent sized frunk here, and this has the redesigned placement for the newer models. So it used to be up here, but on the newer models like the Model 3, it's down here. So you've got it down here as well. Some nice insulation here up around, but a little bit of a redesign here with the kind of more squared off look to it that you get here on the front as well. I did want to mention this isn't the launch edition, this is the dual motor long range. But yeah, no badges in the front. But what we do have, first of its kind here on the Model Y, is a front-facing camera. Now this is the first front-facing camera not on a Cybertruck. So really, really neat. I've heard some rumors that they're going to be retrofitting older Teslas with the front-facing camera for FSD unsupervised. We'll have to see. But if we come around to the side profile here, you can see pretty much looks like a Model Y. It's a little bit more sporty and sleek looking. I actually much prefer this. It's a little less kind of bubbly in the middle and more kind of streamlined like the Model 3, but definitely higher off the ground, no doubt about that. This one here does have the 19-inch cross-flow wheels. I think they look really cool actually, but you can also get the new and improved Helix wheels. But again, this one just has the 19-inch, which is gonna give you some better range. You got your little side cameras here that have the turn signal built in. This is a hardware 4 vehicle. You're gonna have this new little design on the side mirrors that's gonna help with airflow coming off of those mirrors. And I absolutely love this beautiful white color. Such a nice contrast, and it absolutely sparkles in the sun here. Really nice. B-pillar cameras, as always. Charge port area is gonna be right here, same as always. But here on the back is where things get very interesting. Let me see if I can turn the taillight on for you guys. All right, let's see how well we can see this. Boom, look at that. It looks so good. So we have this kind of reflective lighting system here. So you get this textured plastic that's very reminiscent of what you have on like the center console inside of these new models, like I have on my Model 3. But then you've got this light LED beam that reflects down onto that plastic. So you get this very cool kind of indirect light source up underneath here. And of course it's broad daylight here, so you're not gonna be able to see it, but it does leave a really cool little reflection on the ground as well where you're driving. But the taillights, other than that, very similar to what I have on my 2024 Model 3. All this integrated piece here, up and around, and I'll turn the turn signal on for you guys. So right down there, and then your brake lights obviously are gonna be right in there. But I absolutely love this design. I think it's the most eye-catching part. And of course you have your Tesla badging here on the plastic. Backup camera right here, dual motor badge right here. A very sleek design here in the back. So we can go ahead and open this up. And what you'll notice is it's much more squared off than it used to be, like we saw in the front as well. But then you get all of this cargo space that we're very used to on the Model Y. But we now have these power reclining seats. They're a one touch. You can just tap that and they go down nice and slowly. I know that this storage shelf here, or this cargo cover, will actually fit down in here as well, which is a nice feature. I'm sure that can fold up more effectively than I just did it, to where it actually stays down. But then this is gonna go over the top of it like that. But yeah, quick fold down seats with one touch, and you can one touch those and get them right back up as well. Super, super convenient, and that's new in this model year. But as always, you're gonna have that underfloor storage, which you can put your little cargo shade in, some side pockets as well. I really do like this kind of hatchback style design versus what you get on my Model 3, which is more of a saloon style trunk. But you still do get really nice storage space in the back of the Model 3, but this is tough to beat. Well, we've got a little LED light up here as well, nice carpet, push to close. And like I said, this is all kind of like squared off now. It's kind of rounded at the bottom here, but it's more segmented in multiple pieces, so it's easier to repair this, especially with this area down here. This all used to be kind of a body panel, and instead you get this big piece of metal that's a lot easier to fix if you do get rear-ended. And this just offers a little bit more protection. You do get some little reflectors here, some reversing lights as well. Really, really nice. Let's do one more walk around here of the updated 2026 Model Y in white with the black interior, long-range dual motor here. Absolutely beautiful. Very, very cool. Love seeing it in person for the first time. But let's go ahead and hop inside. Let's take a listen to this door sound first. Nice and solid. Still don't think it sounds as solid as the Model 3, but not bad at all. Let's try the back door as well. Nice. And we'll go ahead and put these seats up. Is there a button to put these up? Oh yeah, right here, right here. So there's a button here. Tap that. Put your rear seats back up. Very, very convenient. We'll hop back here in just a sec. Let's start up front. So again, if you guys have been following the channel, you know that I have a 2024 Tesla Model 3. So a lot of these things that we're seeing here on this new Model Y, very reminiscent. I've got right in here, I felt right at home. Same steering wheel design, a little bit different on the button layout here. I have, just in the time that I drove it from the Tesla service center over to this parking lot, I have clicked this button and this button to do my turn signal more times than I can count. But of course we have the stock returning here for your turn signals. So nice and clicky. It's a little bit skinny. Doesn't feel the sturdiest, but people that want a physical stock and don't want to get something like Enhance Auto Sexy Stocks, having this is not a bad option. But everything else is going to be on these buttons. So you've got your light controls here, you've got your wiper controls there, and then obviously your play and pause or whatever customization you want to do on this left scroll wheel. Normal horn here, and then you've got your autopilot or full self-driving button here. You can pull up your cameras here, and of course you do have that front camera right here. Then you have your pillar cameras as well, and then you can swipe up and see your backup camera. And then of course you can use the voice command button to do whatever you want. You have this really nice Alcantara here on the door panels, very premium feeling. And of course, if we go ahead and turn them on, they keep turning off because it's not linked to a profile here. But we of course have our accent lighting here. Now it's a little bit different on the Model Y here than the Model 3. It's a little bit more kind of embedded in the door panels, if that makes any sense. The Model 3s kind of stick out a little bit more, and I bet they did this because there were so many issues with the Model 3 and like liquid getting in them and them bubbling and cracking. I had this exact problem with mine, and I think kind of pulling them away from the windows and things is going to make it a lot safer and less likely to encounter those issues. Now we can pop this open. You can see you get this nice premium speaker grill here. Nice material. It's like kind of a plasticky material, and then you do have a textile fabric up top here in addition to the Alcantara. I'm going to guess on the lower trim level, whenever that does come out, this fabric will probably be here as well. You do have double stitching here on the door handle, and of course the updated button design like we have on the Model 3. They did add this little indicator here on the emergency latch, just so you know it is the emergency latch instead of just a handle. I've had so many people grab this on my car, when in reality you should push this for the most safe operation. Window controls there. Obviously you're going to have your nice soft touch leather material, and that's going to extend its way all the way down to the bottom of the door panel. Now, if you've watched my Model 3 versus Model Y review from last year, one of my biggest issues with the Model Y was how the door panels just didn't feel premium once you worked your way past about halfway, because it went to just a hard, clicky plastic, whereas this has that nice premium soft touch material with the updated carpet design on the inside, which is going to give this door panel so much more insulation. So when you shut that, it goes dead quiet. Listen to the difference. It is crazy. It's like vacuum sealed. And pairing it with the double pane glass that you get in the front and back now is going to make this thing even more quiet than it already was. Of course, you're going to have the same light kind of gray headliner up top, a single paned beautiful glass roof up top. It's one of my favorite things about the Model Y. You don't have that split down the center like you do on the Model 3. It doesn't bother me on my car, but having just this one giant piece of glass is so bright and airy, and I love it. That same ambient light strip is going to run its way all the way across the top of the dash, just like you've got on Model 3. Same kind of textile fabric. Basically, this looks identical to my front dash with this kind of textured fabric and then the little kind of accent piece here. And then you've got your double stitch here across the front dash as well. Double stitching down here, and of course, soft touch all the way down till you get to this carpet right here. Again, this cabin is just top notch as far as premium quality goes. Tesla's made such a dramatic increase in material quality between the previous generation of the 3 and the Y to the current generation. You can't really say enough. You've got your cabin camera up top, tiny little rear view mirror, and then of course your dome lights here. Same kind of mirrors that fold down. These ones feel a little bit thinner than the Model 3. That's interesting. Just a tad bit thinner between the two. Same little mirrors with the lights. Yeah, just a little bit more flimsy. That's a really interesting detail. Again, I'm coming straight off daily driving my Model 3, so I can give you guys these kind of one-to-one changes that I feel. But the liner still feels nice and premium. Seating surfaces feel exactly the same. These are the black, like I mentioned. They have the perforations down the center for your ventilation as well. They're heated and ventilated for driver and passenger, power adjustable for both. You do have lumbar support on the driver's side only. As far as the center console goes, if I get my water bottle out of here, 2 wireless charging pads, Qi enabled here with this kind of little accent piece. I don't think I have that on my Model 3. I don't think I do. I can't remember. I don't think so. These little center consoles have the same little textured gray plastic. Nice, easy slide on them. Really nice design. Big fan of that. You can close that off for a nice clean look. But you can put little trays and stuff down here. You got an LED light, 12-volt outlet. That's it. But a nice deep pocket there. Definitely deeper than the Model 3 there. And then under the center console, you've got a USB-C port. All of this here, exactly the same as the Model 3. And obviously this. Now, obviously the ride height's a little different, but we'll get to that in just a second. I'm not gonna go through the infotainment system, but I did want you to just see the updated model here for the Model Y. Looks really nice, very cool design. And of course, the only real difference here is gonna be this front camera that you can see on the screen, but we have this on the Cybertruck, so we've seen it before. So everything back here is gonna be exactly the same as your Model 3 as well. You have your little pockets here, and then you have your rear screen, which you can watch YouTube videos, play some games, control your climate, move the passenger seat forward and back as well. And you've got a couple USB-C ports down below as well. Got your little armrest with your cup holders. Model 3 doesn't have these. It has like little tap lights here, but you can just tap those to turn them on and off. But that's the only real difference I noticed back here. Obviously a little bit more spacious. They did say they extended these seats out a little bit to give you more leg room, or I guess more of a bolster for your thigh. I think I noticed it a little bit, nothing crazy, but I do notice it a tiny bit. But let's go ahead and take the Model Y for a quick test drive. All right, I've got like maybe 10 to 12 minutes here to do this test drive before I have to get the vehicle back. And obviously, like I said, I've driven my Model 3 as my daily for over a year now, so I'm very used to the driving dynamics of that. One other little thing that I did notice that's different here in the climate control is this kind of fan swing mode thing where it kind of just blows air like this, doing this little number. I don't see why they couldn't do that on the Model 3 unless it's like a part difference. So I'm kind of hoping that they bring that because it's kind of a neat little feature. But I'm going to turn that off and actually turn the climate control way down. But Love having that ventilated seat, especially when it gets a little warm and you can have that nice airflow on your back. It feels really nice. But not a whole lot of differences here, like I mentioned. We do have full self-driving, but yeah, I mean, the screen visualizations are perfect, exactly what you'd expect. It's all the same. It's the same kind of like 15-inch screen that we've got on the Model 3. This is the long-range dual motor version, so like 4.6 seconds 0 to 60, which is just a little bit quicker than my car, which is just a rear-wheel drive. And I definitely noticed the like added acceleration. We'll give it a little acceleration test when we get on the main road here, but it feels good. Like it's, like I mentioned, dead quiet with the double pane glass and the improved door panel materials, which are going to dampen so much of that outside noise. You got, obviously the vehicle's dead quiet to begin with. All these Teslas are dead quiet to begin with, except for the Cybertruck. It's a little bit loud, but most of them super, super quiet, and you can definitely tell. Let's come to a stop here. One of my favorite things about owning a Tesla is just getting off of a long day and just getting in your car and sitting and having FSD drive you home, and you can just sit in beautiful, beautiful silence. You know, it's weird because I've been driving my Model 3 for so long, and this really just feels like my Model 3, but like a little bit taller. I just did it. See that? I tried to hit my turn signal and hit the windshield wiper. Sorry. It just feels exactly the same. It's smooth, nice quick acceleration, same exact cabin design really, outside of kind of the redesign on the door panels. But when you're facing forward, you don't really see the door panels except out of your peripheral, and it just feels exactly the same. Like I don't feel like I'm in a different vehicle than my car, except for that increased you know, visibility and feeling like you're riding up a little higher, which you definitely notice if you daily a Model 3. But so quiet, so smooth. I'm gonna give it some juice up here because we get up to a 55, but so nice. I can definitely see this thing selling like hotcakes, especially when some of the newer trims come out. I just did it again. You see that? Gotta get used to it. Or I don't really, because I have a Model 3, but maybe they'll bring the stock back on the Model 3, who knows. I can see this thing selling like crazy. People are gonna want that added storage space in the back, the little bit more passenger volume for second row passengers. You do get a little bit more front seat passenger volume as well. You can kind of stretch your legs out a little bit more. It feels good than you can on the Model 3. You just feel a little bit more roomy, a little bit more elbow room, a little bit more headroom, that kind of stuff. I love the big single pane of glass. I'm a big fan of that. But again, everything else to me, other than that, dailying a newish Tesla just feels exactly the same. And that is not a bad thing at all. I'm like super aware of everybody around me. When I was riding over here to test drive this Model Y, I was driving my Model 3, obviously, and I had an old dude roll down, like pull up next to me, roll down his window and hawk a loogie and spit on the side of my car. It's really like only the first or second time that I just did it again. First or second time that I've had somebody like do something like that to me. So it's great. It's fun. Good times. But let's give it some juice here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, that has more juice than my car, for sure. My car, it'll go on the rear-wheel drive Model 3, but it's not like, you don't get as much like pushback punch. You just kind of get this like nice, smooth acceleration. This is like, not a performance, but it'll definitely put you in your seat. I really can't say enough good things about what Tesla did with the Model Y here. They took pretty much everything that was an issue with the last version of the Model Y and turned it up a notch, which is all you can really ask for. They didn't do anything drastic. They didn't, you know, blow it out of the water and restart from the ground up. They just made those little incremental improvements that people would want so that they can maintain their best-selling SUV platform, which is obviously this Model Y. Kudos for that, because that's exactly what people want. I think people want more trims to choose from because this is the only trim you could get. You can't even get the launch edition anymore. They took it off the site. So as of mid-April 2025, the only option you can get is this long-range dual motor. I know a rear-wheel drive's coming. I know a performance is coming. I think they've already said that definitively, and we have no reason to believe otherwise. But once this thing kind of opens up in its variety, it's gonna just, you're gonna see them everywhere. This is the first one I've seen in Kentucky, period. Now, I haven't seen one other one. Doesn't mean there aren't people that have them, I just haven't seen them. And with the other Model Ys, Model 3s, even the new Model 3s, I see them everywhere. This has kind of been my first look at the updated 2026 Tesla Model Y. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. Let me know down in the comments, have you picked one up? Are you going to pick one up? I'm hoping to make a more comprehensive full review if I can get my hands on one for longer than 30 minutes and bring that to you guys. But there's a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of content. There's a lot of owner content out there. I'm obviously not an owner of this one, but plenty of stuff to watch out there. But if you guys love Tesla content, full self-driving videos, software update videos, full reviews of the new models, definitely hit subscribe. You don't want to miss any of that. And I try to cover that as soon as stuff is available on this channel. So I really appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you in the next one.